Beanshooter, I like the gym, let's go. Beanshooter, somebody's gotta let them know. Beanshooter, I like the gym, let's go. Beanshooter, it's not a line he doesn't toe. In a world full of dogs, you're gonna need a dog catcher. If you're wearing a mask out there, and fresh air's gonna get you. He always shoots from the hip. For iced coffee, take a sip. Toss it out the window. Out a bump, let her rip. Beanshooter, like a gin, let's go. Beanshooter, somebody's gotta let them know. Beanshooter, like a gin, let's go. Beanshooter, there's not a line he doesn't toe.
Episode 66, Justin.
Wow.
Episode 66. Today it's like the Gary Bowles one where we did one with Bowles and then Justin fucked up the whatever it was and it didn't come out. This was another one that he did that didn't.
And he almost didn't show up tonight too. Let's listen. Let's call a spade a spade here. We had to call him 5 minutes ago.
We gotta talk turkey when it comes time to pay.
You got a bed for him at the sober house, Mike?
But listen, here's the thing: the second Bowles one was better.
Yes.
So I think the second.
Oh, he came back.
Yeah, he did. Just come out.
He just did.
He was in here last week.
First.
And the second John Ahern episode is going to be better, I think,
I'm
too.
back. I think so, yeah.
Back like cooked crack.
I was a little off that night. I had a little episode. Wasn't feeling great.
All right. Well, you're feeling great today, right?
I am, yeah.
John is from Boston, specifically from Charlestown. You never mentioned that you're from Charlestown. No one would know, I think.
No.
That
never comes up. It seems like it never comes up.
No, but John is born and raised in Charlestown your whole life, right?
Whole life. Except for those roughly 18 years
Oof.
incarcerated.
Jesus. I say 13, but I bet if I counted all, it was like 11. You know what I mean?
You got to count DYS.
Yeah.
Up in the gym and behind the bars.
It was 3 years, 2.5, 18 months. Yeah,
I don't even count that, and that's not even. And those years should definitely count because those definitely played a role. And
oh yeah,
those are some tough years.
I found my record the other day. I was going through something, and my father has a drawer, and I pulled it out. I'm like, man, I haven't seen this in a while, and had a little bit of the juvenile record, and looking at that, committed DYS, recommitted DYS, and I'm just thinking, you see, your kids now, and you see other kids that are 15, and my daughter's 17 now, and I was in Billerica at 17. I turned 18 in there, and you just think, I was a child, basically. You see your own kid, or you see another kid who's 17 years old. I mean, there's exceptions to the rule. You see some kids that are 17 that are fucking complete, beasts or athletes that are bigger. But most kids, you see them and they look so young. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't picture, she's a girl, but my daughter, losing her freedom at a young age. So it's
just even engaging in that type of behavior that you engage in. I'm saying, like, doing crazy stuff like that.
That scares you.
But it was definitely a crash course, and it's good to see guys like you and like John that have been through shit and then come out and living productive lives and good lives and being a good father and
pro-social.
Yeah.
Pro-social.
And I just wanted to ask you, like, growing up when you were young, when did you start veering off the right path, or were you always on the wrong path?
No and yes. I always fucked around in school. You know what I mean? Like, I was a class clown, liked to be funny, but I did well in school, and I was an athlete. Sports came easy to me. I love sports. I engaged in, every sport I played. I was very good at sports, and that was very important to me until, it wasn't, which was right around high school. And, as soon as drugs became, and alcohol, as soon as I started drinking and engaging in those type of behaviors, sports just went out the window because I couldn't maintain the proper grades to play sports in high school.
Now, did you notice right away, like me, when I was young, I used to see my father and he'd be getting in fights, coming home with black eyes. And, you know, I've said this before, my father's a great guy. He was, you could call him a functioning alcoholic because the guy never lost a job, never was arrested drunk driving. He still goes to the bar every day. He still goes to the gym every day. I mean, the guy just led a life. But when I was little, he was still wild. You know, he was in his 20s and 30s. And I'd remember him opening the door of my bedroom thinking he was in the bathroom and pissing and being a little kid, you know what I mean? Obviously, if I still remember it like that, it has an effect. And I used to say, I'll never drink. And that, so I was smoking, weed and mescaline acid and everything when I'm 13, 14. And the first time I drank, I broke in a house in the projects and got arrested. And another time I drank, like right away, it was like not remembering stuff. And I remember like the second time when I got out, because I went away and when I got arrested, I didn't get out for like 6 months and in DYS. And I got out and I was with some girls and some kids around the way and I drank. And the next day this girl said, man, you got in a fight with that guy. I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, I had a frap from this place, Tony's, it's no longer there. And she goes, you threw the ice cream frap off the guy's windshield and you get out of the car and you fought. And I'm like, she's telling me this and zero recollection. So me right away, I'm blacking out and I'm getting arrested. So right away I knew,
But you think I remember blackout. Well, I don't remember when it happened, but when people would tell me the shit I did, like I thought it was funny.
Yeah, well, at the time I didn't say, "Oh, yeah, I got a problem," but yeah,
you know what I mean.
Laughed it off.
I mean,
but still,
obviously, sorry, I was cutting you off.
No, concerning, when you're fucking doing shit, and not remembering it. But.
In hindsight, you look back, especially years later. In hindsight, I mean, that's normal. People don't engage those type of behaviors, especially. I mean, you're a kid at that time, so it's like, it is funny, but you're a parent. When you're a parent and stuff like that, it's like, wow, I can't believe I did shit like that, especially when you look at what you were just talking about, having kids that age, and it's like scary. But kids nowadays just aren't, it just seems to me that they're just not as intelligent streetwise like we were. They just didn't grow up the same way that we did. Things that just seem very different.
Things are very
not just seem very different. They are very different.
There's no question. And not to sit here and because we all got the parents. Oh, in my day, and this and that. So it's a common theme, right, with the generations. But there's no doubt it's night and day to what it was.
It's technology. And I'm saying every generation says, "Oh, you kids are getting dumber and weaker." But I'm saying with the technology, there's a marked difference about how people act. Like kids don't go out and play, so
kids don't go out and play.
Yeah.
Kids ain't in the gym fighting.
It's different the way the kids act because of technology.
The lack of social behaviors changes things. We went out, like you just said, and we were out all day. We were never in the house. Our kids are in the house. You couldn't keep me in the house.
Your mother have to come out and yell and you got to take a bath. You got to eat.
Right.
I still tell Johnny he's got to take a bath.
For dinner.
It's
for dinner time.
I take one once a week, whether I need it or not, Mike. Just like in the joint, that.
We all had the same rules. We all had the same. Either come home for dinner time at 5 o'clock, and then when the street lights went out.
Right. That's not even a thing anymore. It's great. You don't see kids on corners. Like when I got out, I was like, there's nobody on corners. Like kids used to hang out on corners. There used to be places, even like when they weren't on corners, like making noise in front of houses. You were down like the stadium in East Boston. You were down like the city yards in these places. But
yeah,
that's a thing in Charlestown that really, really is different. And I watched like the evolution of kids hanging on corners slowly progress into nobody hanging on the corners no more. Because there was a crew on each corner on Main Street when I in the 90s, mid 90s, when I was a teenager.
Even on the other side,
everywhere,
right?
and the cops would have to come and push us from one corner to another, and then there would be other generations younger. There would be less kids until. I would say around when the kid got shot, the kid Morrissey, that there was kids still hanging on the corner, but not much.
That was on the store over there on Main
Yeah, that
Street?
was right in front of.
Yeah.
It's called A1 now, but it was Doyle's forever. The towel heads bought it, but kids still hung on the corner. You know what I mean? They bought every freaking store.
Yeah, they did.
Them motherfuckers won't kick in any money. That would be the stupidest.
They'll die over a nickel.
They will. They fucking will.
Don't try to rob them. Asian, same
bad
thing.
idea.
Chinese
Bad
restaurant.
idea.
Don't try.
But yeah, it doesn't. I look because I go there every day. I have to buy, which I really want to stop doing is smoke cigarettes. But it's another bad habit I have. I have to go to there to buy Newports.
Newports. I knew it. I knew it would be Newports. You like
and there's
that?
no kids. Right. Because I started smoking. I never smoked a cigarette in my life till I went to South Bay.
Really?
And the only people that were there at the time was
The people that like Newports.
Southie kids smoked Newport.
If you know, you know.
Southie, not just African Americans, but Southie kids smoked Newports.
Yeah.
So it was black kids and Southie kids, and that's all that was there was Newport. So I smoked Newports.
Well, John, I know you already know this.
Smoker.
But I live in Lowell, Mass, which is very close to the New Hampshire border.
You
So
do.
I am the Newport
You
plug.
are
I
Newport.
might have to,
Okay,
you know what I
all
mean?
right. We might have to talk.
Yeah,
But
Mike,
You don't wanna
that
be
close?
dry.
How close are you?
my
10 minutes?
sister,
Oh,
my
really?
sister
10
lives in
minutes.
New Hampshire, but she's just. I'm sorry to say, Jen, you're useless.
Where she live?
I love you, Jen, but you're fucking useless.
Oh, she doesn't do the right thing. Huh?
Now she does here and there, but I'll get a carton here and there. But relying on her is just I don't even try.
Yeah, it's tough. The Newport,
She lives in Manchester,
all right.
which is
You still
kinda
smoke? No,
ghetto.
obviously.
Yeah. Someone just told me my last episode because I get shit from people for smoking during my.
Oh, you smoke on the podcast?
Yeah.
At least
my
you don't
last
smoke in the car. when
my
you do the
last
car videos.
episode. Which I do,
I
but
know,
not
but
with
being
somebody,
facetious.
and I get shit there. Yes, now I realize that a little too late. I'm getting a little slow with my old age. I just forgot my mother-in-law's name, and had to go home and ask my wife her name.
Oof. Not a good sign.
Yeah, so you know
But
what?
you remember shit from kindergarten, probably,
exactly.
right? I have the same fucking
Exactly.
issue. I have the same issue.
I have no
I
problem.
remember someone's phone number from fucking 25 years
It's
ago
what,
and forget.
it's what you want to encode. It doesn't has nothing to do with Alzheimer's or losing your mind. You
I think
encode
it's a
certain
medication
information.
I've been on for a
Oh, that-
long
'cause that's a
time,
whole
and
nother
people have
issue
been
for
saying
another
that
day.
Oh, all
doctors
right.
are saying it's putting people into early Alzheimer's, and
Ooh.
it's really doing, messing with the function of people's brains. But my remembering things that just happened is really it's starting to worry me. But remembering, and this just happened, what you say about phone numbers. A kid I went to high school with, I was talking to a kid from East Boston, my friend Tom Lanzilli. And I just, for some reason, it just came to my mind. And I just shot off his address and his phone number from
Yeah. And he probably didn't remember.
96.
He's like-
No, he didn't.
See, I
He's
do that with
"You're
people. They're like,
you're
what?
a friggin', I forget what he called me, but like somebody that would remember something like
Yeah,
that from
Chinaman.
30 years ago. But exactly to your point, yes. So I'm having, I don't even know where we started with that because I feel like I was going to say something and I completely
You're going
forget.
about just forgetting your mother-in-law's name. I don't know,
Manchester.
Oh, Manchester. Manchester's a fucking it's a tough city.
It's like pretty ghetto.
Yeah, it is.
There's a kid that's not the only kid on death row up there.
There's only one kid up there on death row?
One kid
Wow.
on death row. Michael
the
Addison.
cop, the black
Michael
kid.
Addison.
Black kid, right? I remember that kid.
He's from Orchard Park.
Is he?
I know.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Didn't they wrestle him down?
I was in DYS with him. He killed a cop in Manchester. You see
Wow.
him? Yep. I
How
did.
long ago?
Early 2000s.
Yeah, I must have been in Brazil.
I would have
Yeah.
said 10 years tops. It's been that
No,
long.
it's been that long.
been that
He's the
long.
only kid. Imagine just sitting there, and they're not going to kill him.
No.
They're not going to kill
He's
him.
just gonna sit
He's just gonna sit
solitary,
there.
like,
He's probably just sitting there like,
single
please,
He's
cell.
dead alone?
please kill me. Yeah, he's alone. wherever they put you.
He's probably in the shoe, like a part of the shoe,
Yeah.
right? Where nobody got no contact with him. He's not on a range with nobody
no
else.
human contact. No,
He's
nothing.
just praying
He's just
somebody
by
else
himself.
does something really bad.
Get a bunkie.
Yeah, get a roommate.
Yep, he killed the cop in Manchester.
And he can probably do whatever he wants and they won't ship him out.
But Mookie was his name. I played hoop with him. He was actually like a friend of mine back in
Was he wild?
DYS. No, but he's somebody you could definitely see doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there were certain people, that they would get, they were in a hood and you could definitely see certain things. Like I remember the kid, I was with him before he got out. He did 15 years. He got out. The one who did the Mattapian massacre. Moore.
Is it the barbershop?
D. Weezy. The kid Dwayne Moore. He killed the 4 people. He marched them out naked. Remember? And he blasted them all. One was a baby.
Damn. Was a baby?
Yeah. But I asked him because I had to because we were friendly. So he came back to the max. They shipped him out of state eventually because he had so many issues. But he had that stare. He had that 1,000-yard stare.
1,000-yard stare.
And you just knew this kid is going to get out. And the first person that, whatever, he's going to kill. And I'm sure he probably took some other people out before that. But I said, why the baby, man?
Yeah.
We were neighbors in the SMU up in the Max. L3, I think it was. So we were shooting kites through the rabbit hole. And I'm like, what's up, bro? I have to know about the baby. Why? And he said, this is what he told me, that when he shot the mother, the bullet went through the baby's head. Now, I didn't look afterwards because I just wanted to.
Mike knows about those stories that take on a life of their own and they have no truth to them, Mike.
Yeah.
I wanted to
Yep.
stick with that at the time because
Right. Try to find the right.
He's somebody
You're with the kid every day, like you know what I'm
yes,
saying?
he's somebody I engaged with and I did like, and I wanted to think that he didn't execute a baby. So I don't know. But
Yeah, you want to believe him. I believed somebody with something and found out, something wasn't true the whole time. It's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck, and that shit happens. But something like that, especially when you're there with them, you don't want to think somebody you talk to on a daily basis, and even worse, somebody that you like, right? Would hurt
right.
a baby.
Well, like, I'm saying, like, that's one thing, right? Hurt a baby, hurt a person. I'm saying those people in jail, you know what I'm saying? So that does happen, right? A person, but a baby, a woman, you don't want that. But like in your case, at least give me your word. Like, like if you did something that was messed up, it's okay. Like, cool. Like, like you was in a fight, this happened, like that kid, that situation with you. I'm saying
like
the guy
I
he was
remember.
blue in the face telling you the story. Then he got up and told it and you were like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I feel
Nuts.
like I kind of remember. Did you kind of make it kind of public? What you're talking about? Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, that was fucking terrible shit. But that's, especially in jail,
That comes, it happens. It happens. People let you down. You know what I mean?
But like I was telling Mike, I just think that people tell stories for so long.
They believe them.
1,000%, and
Yeah.
that's their way to get through the day
I've
every
seen
day,
it.
and they know it by heart, and they just comes out of their mouth that way. It's crazy.
They make themselves
No
definitely
question
believe
about
it.
it. I believe that wholeheartedly.
I've seen multiple people that do this with their cases too.
Speaking of shit like that, current events, this guy in Minnesota who went in and shot the little kids, right?
Yeah, what happened
Then people
with
did
this?
you see online people are making shirts for the kid, like, because he was like trans or something, like supporting them? He went in the.
They don't care. The liberals will. They
Don't get John. Listen,
give
don't get
a
John
shit.
started on the political
They
topic.
will, honestly. This is the 10th shooting by a gender fluid, a non-binary, or a trans person. And never mind if you just want.
Justin, can you translate that for me? I speak Spanish and English, and I
It
didn't
doesn't make
understand what he
sense to me
just said.
neither. All I know is they're not. They believe that they're,
Something else
They're
that
not
they
one of
would-
the two genders. They're mentally ill people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And liberals feeding into this is what makes it worse. Instead of saying, you know what, you're mentally ill and we need to treat that. Because to believe something that's a scientific fact, right? Something other than what is biology, right? It's biology. To go along with that and say, oh, leave them alone. you know, that's what feeds into it. And that's why, and that's not even including the multiple times that they've attacked ICE facilities and all that in attempts. Do you know what I mean? We're not even talking about the times that they've tried to kill people that don't believe the way they believe. If you don't believe the way they believe, and this is just liberals in general, there's something wrong with you. But you look at, you know, just their beliefs in general, and it's like, what the hell's wrong with you?
You know, I tell people, like, you know, I mean, obviously politics, it's such a hot button topic and people avoid it, and rightfully so, especially on social media, because they know, you know, you start talking that and it just divides people.
It divides people
It's
and
like-
it gets you
But it's
banned and there's no
like-
good outcome
I've
to
lost
it.
thousands of followers.
I
I
bet.
would be monetized by now.
Yeah.
I have 7,200 followers on Instagram, and I've lost like 1,000 followers in a week, and that's happened multiple times.
Yeah.
So I've lost well over 3,000 followers. So
Yeah.
I would already be at 10K.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm okay with that, because there's some things, the media is so in on it, and I just feel like there's some things that I just have to let people know.
You got to speak your mind.
If you get mad at that, then that's
You're not-
your problem.
Yeah, you're not.
You know, because I'm not pushing, you know, false
ideology.
yeah, I'm not pushing fabrications or falsehoods. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just pushing facts.
And especially being in Massachusetts, I mean,
Yeah, a liberal state, very liberal state.
big time. Like, someone asked us to go to a dinner for Josh Kraft, and you know, he's running for mayor of Boston against Michelle Wu. Now, I'm not a fan of Michelle Wu, and Josh
No.
Kraft is a Democrat, but it was like the type of thing where,
I think he's the better,
that's the common,
The
right?
lesser of two evils,
lesser
right?
of two evils. Yes.
With people from
Very
Mass
well
that
put.
aren't, you know, staunch, you know, Democrats. That's basically, you know, the common thing here that people just say, hey, he's the lesser of two evils. You know, she's
But
not
he-
even from Boston. Right? She's from Chicago.
Yeah.
She's Chinese, and I'll say this. Back in the day, right? Like, let's say Menino ran. Okay, all the Italians, the white people will vote for Menino,
Yeah.
unless it's an Irishman running
For
against
so long,
Mayor Flynn, right?
We had
White people would vote for white people, and you say it. I was like, oh, but you know what?
Yeah.
I live in Lowell, right?
It's crazy.
A Cambodian runs, right? Every fucking Cambodian or Vietnamese or every Asian person goes there, even if they don't know who he is. When they get the ballot, oh, this is my people. Click
Mhm.
here.
Yeah.
You know, white people will vote for everyone else but their own.
look
Right.
what they're doing in New York.
Oh yeah, that Madami. What's his
Yeah,
name?
it's wild.
Mandami.
Mondani. Yeah, this
But
guy's
he-
gonna win.
And he has been like, he is funded by
Soros.
no, not just that, but by people that have, you know, terrorist ties, like funded by people
Well,
that
of course,
were,
you want the enemy
Do you know
to
what I
win.
mean?
You want
And
the enemy of the
and
states to win.
He was a rapper before.
Was
Yes, and
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
Couldn't
has-
even bench 50 pounds.
right,
That's
right.
terrible.
And never mind that. Like how like feminine can you get, right? But
Right?
and had like lyrics in his rap that were like pro anti. Well,
Both. They're both the same thing.
anti 9/11.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
oh.
mentioning, like, you know, he's glad 9/11 happened, basically.
And how the fuck how does someone like that get voted in? And he's gonna, just like AOC. Watch, you're gonna win.
In the
Yeah, well,
city
that's-
that 9/11 happened, 20 years after it happened. Well, less than 25 years after it happened.
Goes to show you
It's
how quick
crazy.
people forget.
Yeah.
They forget.
Where were you when 9/11 happened?
I know exactly where I was. I was in Somerville Court, but I was locked up. I was in South Bay, but at Somerville Court.
I was in Danvers detox. Kid come in the room and goes, hey, so I go, dude, don't touch me. I finally fell asleep. I go, what are you doing? He goes, we're under terrorist attack. You know, and
I didn't understand what they were telling us.
Yeah. I walk in
'Cause
the
I had
day
never
room and
heard
see
of
the
Bin
second
Laden
plane,
before.
boom.
Yeah.
Before that point, I didn't pay attention to stuff like
Yeah.
that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sports was like my thing, but like anything other than sports, like I had all the sports knowledge in the world, but anything other than that. So they were like, Bin Laden. I'm like, who's Bin Laden? Just took down the towers, Twin Towers. And I'm like, what? Until I got back to the Bay, because they shut down Cambridge,
Yeah.
shut down everything in Middlesex County, and we got a state police escort back to South Bay.
Really?
And I got back to the Bay, and we had TVs in the cells. I was in the 3 building. obviously I seen it and was like, oh shit. And they closed the bay. I remember they closed the bay down.
Yeah, they shut everything down.
I was in Leavenworth Penitentiary.
Leavenworth.
Wow.
I know he was going to be
know.
Watching it outside.
somewhere
saying, "Oh my
crazy.
God."
I had a friend who was cuffed and shackled with waist chains in Metropolitan Correctional Center
MDC.
in Manhattan.
MDC.
And they literally heard the planes go by.
Oh, Jesus.
And boom,
It's a
he's
little
like,
too close.
Hey,
That's close, yeah.
they threw him in a holding cell, and he was there for like a day or two. Like,
Yeah,
Cuffed.
that's in Manhattan,
cuffed,
too. Yeah.
cuffed.
Shit.
Overnight. Like, what the fuck, Scream? What's going on? He's like, the lights were out, going out,
Imagine.
fucking
And
flickering.
they probably
He goes,
didn't tell him shit. Like,
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, he
you
said that.
ain't never gonna know anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
like,
said that. They
shut the
didn't-
fuck up.
They didn't say
You
shit.
know
You
what I
ain't eating, you ain't going to the bathroom, you ain't doing nothing. You're staying there. That's
Mhm.
So that's been 24 years?
Imagine that.
it. Yeah. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Coming up on 24 years, huh?
It makes you feel old.
Yeah, it does. I gotta stop
And you
fucking
know
doing
that
you know?
with the Josh Kraft, a little tidbit to that information. What he said in his speech was the challenger hasn't won the mayoral race against an incumbent in Boston since 1949.
Jesus
So that
Christ.
doesn't bode well for him either.
No.
Yeah, but you know what? Everyone's sick of Wu.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm saying.
But she
I
gets
think
the
the only
unions
vote,
and
she's got the Chinatown vote, but a lot of unions are. I see Josh Kraft. I go by the Carpenters Union. I see Josh Kraft. They don't. Wu was just too.
I mean, I don't
she's
see
like
how
a-
she could get elected, but what do I know?
yeah.
She's like way too liberal. She's like a socialist. You know what I mean? Like
Wu-Tang slang.
she's
Thanks.
like
Wu-Tang slang.
having her. It's scary. It's scary. If you just let them have their way with this country, what it would be, it would really, because now they're like in cahoots with the Muslims, and with the Muslim takeover. You see what they've done to Britain and.
Oh, yeah. I see these videos
Do
online.
you see
It's
it?
crazy.
Do you see Dearborn, Michigan?
What happened there?
They've taken over. They're demanding Sharia law in Dearborn, Michigan.
Oh, my
Demanding
God.
it.
So, you know what? Justin, the craziest thing of all this is I just had a vacation planned to Dearborn, Michigan.
Don't go.
Yeah, I was going to go there for a nice little weekend, but I might have to go to Columbia instead. I might have to
second
reroute.
that.
It's scary shit in the world. It really is. Hamburg, Germany has completely been taken over. They're demanding Sharia law there. They're showing up in tens of thousands and just, ISIS flags, you name it, and just they're taking over.
No.
And I hate to just once it get brought up, I could
Yeah,
go
you'll go
forever.
on and
So
on
we
and
might
on.
as well.
But it's
We could talk about.
all right, we're gonna touch on this real quick, then we'll get back to some shit with you growing up, where you're from and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But quick side note. Did you see that drug boat coming from Venezuela the other
No.
night? You didn't see it, John?
No.
Did you see it, Justin?
No.
You see it?
No.
Drug boat coming, like heading towards wherever it was, Miami, right? It's like a speedboat, 3 a.m. Trump sent the video of it. Fucking flew a Black Hawk over it, missile.
Boom.
No way.
Oh, took it out.
Boom! Gone. He goes, 11 drug traffickers. Just want to send him a message.
Mhm.
They were members of Trendiagua, he
Dude,
said.
I love him.
Really?
I love him. Do you know how many kids they've rescued? Dude, do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember I remember the picture when they just showed just a mile of kids walking alone.
Oh, yeah, going across the border. Hold on. I'm going to try to pull this up, the video.
All those kids got snatched. They had a hotline, right? I don't know if you know about this. I posted it. It's on my somewhere. I have 700 posts, so it's hard to find. Over 30,000 calls went unanswered on this hotline that these kids, they had for these kids. If something went wrong with their host families, or just to call if something's up.
Here we go. Ready?
President Trump has been threatening to use the military to go after drug cartels, and today the administration says he did.
The Navy has been pouring more ships into the southern Caribbean. Today, U.S. forces launched what a defense official calls a precision strike against a vessel from Venezuela.
It was filled with drugs, the official says, and operated by a narco-terrorist organization. Charlie Daggett is at the Pentagon with the details.
Where's
Charlie?
the video of this thing? Oh, yeah, here it is. Look at
Take that shit.
Video posted by President Trump shows the moment the boat was struck. He claimed it
Ooh.
killed
Bye-bye.
members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, and that the vessel was in international waters transporting drugs towards the U.S.
We just, over the last few minutes, literally shot out
Awesome.
a boat, a drug carrying boat, a lot of drugs in that boat.
A lot of
lot of drugs in that boat.
That just happened moments ago.
Secretary of State Marco
I'm pretty sure you'll be reading about that. Just
They
awesome.
had when Biden was still in there, Venezuela emptied their prisons and their rehabilitation centers
Yeah,
and,
just
and
like
sent them all here.
just like Fidel Castro.
And they had their safest.
Cuba did that,
They
yeah.
had their safest year as far as crime that they've had since they've been keeping
Yeah.
records.
Yeah.
Because they sent everybody here, and obviously they knew that they were coming. Didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Harris and Biden
get rid of the
and
worst
the
of the worst.
DOJ, and that's when they came and took over that apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado, and the cops couldn't do anything because of sanctuary laws, and the citizens couldn't do anything because of liberal gun laws. So they had to let them
Wild Wild West.
take over this whole apartment complex with force, with guns, and held it and had it for months until President Trump took over and ICE came and took the apartment complex back.
I remember the video.
They were
of the
charging
bang on
rent
the-
and
yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
They were charging rent and everything to the people there. Can you believe that?
I would have
Colorado
had
is-
to make some type of agreement with
Can
my
you believe
Venezuelan people immediately before things get out of
You would
here.
have brought me in to translate, Mike.
But imagine not alarming the public,
Yeah, I know.
not alarming the public anything. They're just sending all of Venezuela's worst friggin' criminals
love it.
and just they're here. And you know what? They're going to end up somewhere near you. And liberals are like, you know what? We want them here.
I feel like a lot of the politicians, live in gated communities and stuff, so they don't.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about
Yeah,
it.
they don't have to see what's really going on.
Until MS-13 gang rapes your daughter or your niece.
I always
And
remember the thing in Somerville.
Somerville,
Remember the girl,
exactly.
don't you?
I was there when they I was in the
That
hole.
was MS-13, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They gang raped the girl in the wheelchair at Foss Park.
Yeah, Foss Park.
I was in Billerica when the kids came through, but I was in the hole.
Yeah,
I was pissed
Yeah,
because they gave dudes a heads up in the day room.
of course they did. The cops were all right then. They let you know. So
And like only a couple dudes.
did anything.
Yeah, man. And I'm like, dude, that would have been like a perfect opportunity. Yeah,
Yeah.
you were going to the hole for 10 days, but who cares?
Yeah.
A kid from New Hampshire, I knew. He's the only one I remember. A kid, Mark Williams. I remember that actually did
Shout out
something.
Mark Williams. Hopefully he's
Williams
still
from New
around.
Hampshire, my buddy. That's how I met him. Because I got lugged right in Newman when I got there. I got in a fight right away. Some idiot did something stupid. I had to beat someone up as soon as I got there. And that's when it happened. And I met Mark Williams. I said, what'd you get lugged for? He said they brought the Skinners that gang raped the girl, the MS-13s in Foss Park through and gave us a heads up. So, that's how Billerica cops were. They would do that. They
Billerica
wouldn't.
was fun
They
back
wouldn't
then,
do
wasn't
that at any other place.
No.
How
And-
about-
and most of the COs in Billerica, I had one or two I bumped heads with that got really bad.
Aiello
But
and
most of them,
Hainsey, the only two I didn't like or get along with.
hazy. Aiello fucking, I saw him. Yeah, he was kind of, hardo, you know what I mean, by the book.
Two idiots.
He was always with Ludbury. But I saw him recently
I got along
somewhere.
with Ledbury.
Yeah, I
Ludbury,
know
that's
Ludbury.
Todd's brother, right?
Dave's brother.
Dave's brother. Dave's brother, Todd.
yeah.
Dave's brother,
is
Todd.
Todd.
Dave, yeah, Dave from
I
Stragan.
I got along with him a little bit too, but I could see, I could see.
Todd was
yeah.
always good with me.
Yeah.
Always looked out because he knew I was about my business. Because I
Yeah.
was about my business there. All I did was bang heads.
Yeah, but most of those cops
take
were
dudes
Rica,
out.
huh? Most of them?
Yeah.
Most
they
of them
were
were all right, man. They didn't really fucking.
I want to tell a story real quick about, kind of like this is how cops were elsewhere. Up the Max, okay? I don't know this dude's a Skinner, and I don't know that he don't want to live with nobody. They give you cellmates in the hole, right?
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
They give you cellmates
Oh,
in the hole.
Fuck
So
that.
this dude had just moved on. Now I find out afterwards.
They set you up. Put them in.
He had just moved on what's my buddy's name from? You got the ears.
A good guy.
We both know him. From he's not from Lynn. Where is he from? Bobby Doucette. He is from Lynn. You know Bobby Doucette, right?
Yeah.
He had just moved on Bobby Doucette with his cuffs on. So they don't even give the heads up. And so I would have never cuffed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I cuff up.
Set up.
Yeah, I get set up and the fucking kid moves on me. And they don't tell me the kid's a Skinner. He came from G1, which is a PC
Skinner
unit.
block, right?
Yeah. And so the kid moves on me while I'm cuffed. And I'm cuffed behind my back, dude.
Oh!
I'm cuffed behind my back. So I get fucked up. I get fucked up so bad. And I found out afterwards. And I'm like, dude,
So
I
now
told the
they
sergeant.
cuffed you up first,
They cuffed me up first.
right? And then the kid starts moving on you. What do the cops do?
Nothing. Tell him to stop. Tell him to stop. So he blasts me. I go down. He's like, stay down. I'm like, fuck you. Fucking, and I got up again. And he's like, dude, stay down. Stay down. I'm like, fucking suck my dick. And I spit in his face. And he just fucked me up some more. But they cuffed us up again. Then they cuffed him. So I started fighting him with my head. You know what I mean? I started headbutting him and trying to get him. There was a cup of juice on the top, on the bunk. And he was standing near the bunk. And I
So they cuffed you. You was in a cell. Yours weren't at rec. I thought it was
No,
on
we
the
were in a
impression,
cell.
right? You were in the
Yeah, we
cell.
were in a
Okay.
cell.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, dude. Like,
So what? They were taking you both out like wreck, and
a straight Skinner. No, they were putting him in my cell.
Oh.
They were giving me a cellmate. And
So they uncuffed him
and
first.
I wasn't gonna take normally like I don't know what I just wasn't thinking. I didn't know who the kid was. And I'm like, anyone know this kid? Anyone know him? And dudes are like, no. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna take him, find out who he is, and then I'll fuck him up in the cell.
Oh.
I just figured I'll fuck him up in the
And you
cell.
never get a chance to see
And
him again.
I didn't-
Claimed you as an enemy, right?
Yeah, I never got a chance to see him. He went down to G1, but he put a fucking beating on me because I was cuffed behind my back.
Brutal.
And it's bad. Like, just getting beat up, it's one thing by
bad,
cops.
yeah, bad enough.
When you're cuffed behind your back, it's happened to me multiple times. But it's a different feeling when, like, an inmate's doing it. And you don't know when he's going to stop. And the cops are just at the door. And they're not coming in
Usually
to
the
help you.
cops would
They
open
didn't even
the door.
come in
Yeah,
to
they
stop
would rush
it. They were just
rush
like,
it.
stop, because it's a level 6. They need him to cuff up,
Right.
Or whatever the
protocol
is. And but that, like in Bill Ricco, like wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They would have been like, hey, he's a Skinner, and I
100%.
definitely would have made him put the cuffs on first or whatever, so that
Well, he
wouldn't
wouldn't even
happen.
have been in the fucking cell with you. It wouldn't even have been a situation. They wouldn't even have brought the guy.
Right.
They wouldn't even have brought him. Usually the
But
cops would be
if
like,
it ever happened,
they know who's who and what's what.
Right.
I tell people a story.
Exactly, 100%. They never would have tried to give me that cellmate.
There was a kid in
Because that's
Walpole.
crazy that they even tried it. Sorry.
There's a kid in Walpole, Juice. Do you ever come across him
Yeah.
in the Max Juice?
Bobby Juiced?
No,
No,
Dwayne,
he's
Black
from
Ninja.
he's from Worcester.
Yeah, Dwayne Burris was his name.
Yeah.
Now Juice had beef with some white guys, and I was at
He had
Walpole.
beef with a lot of
Quinn Hennessy when he got Quinn.
he shit
sucking
himself.
Quinn up on the third chair. What?
He shit himself.
Yeah.
Did you know
Yeah, no. But he was like, he went up there and he goes, cops, and Quinn turned his head and he got him from the
Yeah, I
side,
know.
like
I know.
totally,
I know.
and got him.
that?
And
Well, there was a on site. Not to say. I mean, there was it. That was the skin tight.
yeah, skin
thing.
tight.
So it
Juice.
wasn't on site beef.
Yeah.
So
So,
it's-
him years later, no, maybe 2-3 years later,
He was in Billerica.
I end up in Worcester House of Correction.
Oh.
So I'm in the hole. So like I'm in the hole. I just come in. It was like my first wreck, and you're cuffed and shackled when you're in the hole. So I come out, and I'm cuffed. What do they get? You're behind the back, or the shackles. You can't even go up to make the phone calls. Cuffed and shackled. I come out. I'm like walk around. You go up to people's cells. All of a sudden, the cop was over the speaker. Boris, pack it up. And I hear a door opening up, and he comes walking out. He came over to me. I said, he goes, I had you.
Oh.
My heart was pounding out of my chest, right? Cuffed and shackled. No cop on the block. They're in the control. I'm like, I said to the cop afterwards, I go,
So how did you open the door when somebody's
I
cuffed?
know. I said that to the cop. I go,
You shouldn't have.
you fucking plugged in, man?
Yeah, you plugged in is right.
Yeah.
The whole world stops, and the feds.
Jesus Christ!
Listen, they'll close the whole
Them House of
compound to walk
Corrections.
one guy.
Hey, I heard his
Just
name,
don't-
and that door started open. I'm gonna fucking shit myself.
I just
there.
had this conversation
You're helpless.
on my podcast. The difference between, at least in state prison, normally like they'll go by a protocol, and I would imagine the feds are the same thing. But in the House of Correction, like you never know, like they'll just do anything.
Yeah.
Like something like that will happen. Like I've seen a dude in the hole smash a dude that was coming to work in the hole that was painting. Because he was it was the kid Grimm. I don't know if you ever come across him. He was a Crip, and the kid that come to like paint in the hole was a Blood.
From another set.
Yeah, they were TI, one of them friggin' things, and he friggin' smashed him with the cuffs. He was out for act with the cuffs on,
Yeah.
and the dude was just oblivious, just painting.
Just come up and
And he fucking, dude, he split him so bad. There was so much blood. And I'm like, I mean, you want to be a gang member. Like, you got to be on point.
And you want to go paint the joints, make it
You
look
want
better.
you want to go repairing the jails.
Yeah.
While other people are in the box.
Yeah, you want to go
You just get angry at people coming in. Like when they're
Shit.
working, like you see
what
the
are
cops
doing?
work, it's one
Like,
thing.
what are
but-
you doing?
Yeah.
Especially people that clean up the floods.
Yeah,
we would
yeah,
fire the
shit,
Fed
everything,
block.
yeah.
The Fed block in Walpole would come clean up, and we would,
That's usually how they do it. They
tear
get
up-
somebody else to do
tear
it.
up we'd tear up a block, and they would bring in the wetbacks from the Fed block who couldn't even speak English.
Right.
Yeah.
And we would just fire shit out.
I have to
Like,
bleep
get the
out
fuck outta
wetbacks,
here.
Justin. I have
So the only time we would ever, like, when there was lockdowns,
Make a note of it.
and they would say, like, hey, if you want to come out and help, it would only be like, only if we can fucking stop passing things, we can help anybody in the block, get ice.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
If we can
yeah.
take care of the block,
Yeah,
we'll come
bring a
out.
little coffee.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. No, if you can start
They
moving
would-
things
yeah,
toward
yeah,
doors,
yeah.
if you're going to say that, no.
If
you
we
can't.
were
You
locked
ain't coming out.
down in the max for a cop assault, like they would specify at first, like no passing,
Be like,
I'm not
yeah, beat
fucking
it.
coming out.
Yeah.
Beat it. But they've done that. I'm saying they tortured us one time when a cop got beat up in
Right.
in Lee County
They'll do it.
Penitentiary. I remember because we were in the cell for a whole week and we got crackers, stale saltine crackers with like bologna, right?
Yeah.
For like days. And then we finally got out of the lockdown and these guys were coming from Atlanta on transfer and they were like, man, we've been eating bologna sandwiches for fucking 4 days. We were like, you had bread? Oh, you made a school kid. We just had, you know what I mean? But it's funny how when you look back at them stories, like, so when a cop gets fucked up,
Speaking of
It's
that
on.
shit,
It's
I was,
bad.
and speaking about Manchester earlier, that was the worst jail I've ever been in my life, was the Valley Street Jail in Manchester, New Hampshire. And I got there, and I never seen nothing like it. Guys were banging on their doors. Can I come out and clean? Can I come out and clean?
Yeah.
Hey, they pushed this food in the block, and the food was trash. It would be
Right.
bologna sandwiches every day for 2 weeks. Then it would be something else, and it would just be the same stuff, right?
That's Middleton, though.
Hey.
Don't you get it every day?
They come. I never been in Milton.
I heard you
They'd
get
be in.
bologna
They'd
every
be
day.
banging on the door. Can I come out and clean? Can I come out and clean? Hey, the cot they pushed the meals in on. There'd be like 8 meals left, 6 meals left. They'd be like, hey, can I get one of those extra meals? Cop would just be like, wouldn't even say that, and push it back on the sally port. So I'm going around. I'm saying, hey, dude. Like I'm like, where am I? Number one. Number two, I'm saying to guys, why are you coming out and cleaning?
what's the incentive?
Why are you coming out and cleaning for the cops? I'm like, these motherfuckers ain't even giving you an apple,
Just to
right?
get out of this.
And the guy Phil Peters, remember him? The guy.
No.
Somerville, I think. Phil Peters, good dude. I think he's still around. I think he's in Florida. He come walking down my cell. He goes, hey, Mike, don't go around trying to fucking coach these guys how to do time, because they're gonna. And they did. They buried me in the hole right afterwards that I was organized. Some nonsense. Bullshit. The second night I come out of my cell and I'm up on the corner, and I look down and there was like, how like when you're kids you got the milk carton where you fold it and then you stop it, and boom, makes a noise. Mm-hmm. There was a milk carton like that, like someone did that, and this little cop, he was like a little nerdy, he had glasses, he was probably fucking 20, you know what I mean? I was probably like 30 at the time, right? He goes, excuse me. I go, yeah. He goes, could you pick that up and throw it in the barrel, sir? I go, no. He goes, excuse me? I go, absolutely fucking not. Like, what don't you understand? And people looking at me like,
Don't do it, please. Don't get in trouble. Like,
that guy from Mass is crazy. He just told them he wouldn't pick up the milk carton. I'm like, where am I? This is fucking madness. I'm like, you picked the fucking thing up, dude. What are you asking me for? I ain't my fucking.
I know what to leave.
my
You didn't hire me.
my milk carton. What are you talking about? But yeah, the different places, a fucking. you know how it goes for fucking house of correction,
definitely a
state.
different
I've
type
never been in
of-
the feds, but you know,
Feds is more. I don't know because I've never been in the state, right? But I just think it's was more ordered. Like that type of stuff, you wouldn't see, anybody ever go anywhere. When somebody's cuffed, that's like,
yeah, shut the place down. That's how it should be.
or shut the place down, or like there'd be 3 cops walking with you, and the place would be shut down. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like they would close the whole movement down.
I
You'd be
mean,
like, what the
in a-
fuck?
in a
Somebody
high
to walk somebody from
security-
the hole.
Yeah.
High security place. That's protocol.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be. That's like in DDU. You don't go anywhere without.
I got cuffed. The one thing, it's like everybody got a plan until you get punched in the face, right?
Yeah.
Like Mike Tyson says.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember that riot we had in fucking Lee County in the middle of the chow hall. They cuffed me in the middle of the chow hall.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
But no, I mean, I never got fucking. Somebody
No,
tried
they
to fucking
stole on
do
you,
something,
yeah.
but there was a bunch of cops
Yeah,
around me. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But I got walked out with my hands behind my back. I'm like, you
Yeah.
guys plugged in. I was
Yeah.
like trying to fight. And they're like, don't fight. I'm like, fight. You're gonna cuff me up. I just punched the guy in the face in the middle of the chow hall, a black dude.
Yeah.
And now everybody's trying to kill me. You want to
Yeah.
cuff me up?
Yeah.
But they ended up fucking holding me down, cuffing me up, and then by that time everybody was like kind of neutralized. Nobody was doing anything.
So when the guy got you cuffed up, who the fuck was he? Was he a lifer? Was he from Mass? You know what I mean?
What?
The guy who got you when you cuffed up.
I don't.
don't
He
even
was
know who
just
he
some
is?
fucking Skinner who
Really?
just didn't want to. He knew.
that
he knew
the
the
gig
deal.
was going to be up in a second.
Yeah.
Somebody
He
was
knew the
going to
deal.
tell you.
Yeah.
He knew that some cop would come along and say,
Or some inmate.
"He's a
Somebody
Skinner."
would
Right.
tell you.
Someone
Anybody.
would know who he was. I found out his name was Dominic Hunt. I remember that. I remember his name. I'll never fucking forget it.
Yeah.
And you couldn't remember your mother-in-law's name. I
Right.
just want to preface all that with
right,
that. But go ahead.
That's it. And he was in G1, and somebody would have told me. A cop definitely would have told me.
Word gets around. You know that.
And I would have fucking pounded him out, just like what's his name would have Doucette
So
would
he
have.
preemptive striked you.
So he did the smart thing.
Nobody
he
ever
did the
got him.
smart thing.
He did the
We got to
smart
give him
thing.
credit where credit's due.
That's probably the smartest thing he ever did in his life.
How old were you when you first got locked up? Juvenile?
Yeah.
You were in GYS,
Yeah,
right?
14, 15.
Yeah.
15.
Thing
guy
down
started
Sullivan Square?
young.
Huh?
Was it the thing down Sullivan Square?
Community college.
Community college.
No, that wasn't the first time, though.
No.
I was already, I got pinched in Matanon selling drugs. Someone told on me. They had a woman there that was my computer teacher, went out with a cop. So, he would, be around the school. He was a detective in Cambridge. So they had him fucking pinch me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had it in a locker that wasn't mine. And I went back to it.
Well played.
Yeah.
Well played. God.
Yeah. And I had an ounce of weed in there. And it was in some dime bags and some joints. And I went back to it and it was not there. And I was like, fuck.
The weed game is that's another thing that's fucking went south.
This was back. Yeah. That was a while
Back in
ago.
the day.
That was just to maintain my smoke, so I could smoke.
Yeah.
Friggin'.
Smoke for
I
free.
smoked so much fucking weed then. Cause
You smoked so much weed that the Zigzag Man had a tattoo of you on his arm.
Remember everyone had the zigzag tattoo? Do you smoke weed anymore?
no.
Well done, huh?
No, I stopped. It was something that just got me either paranoid or, I stopped smoking weed a long time ago.
Yeah, I remember getting
I would
out.
do it in the joint here and there just to get out of myself, but
You get paranoid now. I remember getting out of, I haven't smoked in over 12 years, but getting out and because I always loved weed and then smoking it and my heart was pounding out of my chest. I'm like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
going on? It's like I freaked out. It was like I was on coke. I'm like, I don't like this feeling.
Exactly.
And I used to love it. You know?
there's too much shit going on in my mind. I got too many
I think
fucking
like
demons.
John says though, your body reacts differently. It doesn't react the same. I remember smoking pot when I was a kid. It was
Your
just
brain
like,
chemistry
oh my God.
changes.
Yeah, just everything changes. You know what I'm saying? Your perception of things changes as well. So your mind is what controls your body. So if your perception of things changes, then
Exactly.
you're smoking a mind-altering substance. I
It's
don't
like
what changed.
remember taking acid as a kid.
Love
It was
it.
great.
I used to love it too.
Would you
I
Mescaline.
still
We used
want to
to-
do shrooms
would
again. I've been
never-
sober
I take it in
12
high
years.
school.
I
want
would
to.
never take acid
Oh, I
fucking
wanna.
now. I got
I
too
wanna.
many responsibilities, too many things that I've done.
Not just smoking angel dust now.
I know.
I was a big fan.
Yeah,
Big fan.
I can smell
My
it.
last use, I smoked us. Yeah, on meth. I smoked dust.
John,
on
you're from
meth. It was-
Charlestown.
Yeah,
Smoke
of course I
dust.
did.
The last drug from
It was
Charlestown is
fucking crazy.
angel dust.
It was like the crazy. My whole body
smell.
disappeared.
Yeah, smell.
I was so whacked. I was so hot. Oh, Jesus Christ.
How long's it
It
been
was
for you
scary.
now?
It was scary. It was like over 5 years ago.
Yeah, fuck that
It's
shit.
been a little bit.
No.
But when
But
I think of I'm sober, and I shouldn't say, oh, I want to do this or that. I own sober homes and stuff, and I got guys in there that are on medications, and I got guys that smoke weed. I have 2 sober houses. One of them's Mass, the other one isn't. But I have guys that got their weed card, and I don't break balls over it. I don't smoke weed. I don't do anything anymore. But I always think like. I read a lot like you, I have some knowledge, right? I read about stuff like psilocybin. I'm like, I see people,
Microdosing.
I'd rather see people microdosing
Yeah,
than on all these crazy psych meds they got
They do
people
the,
on. So
the other thing too, the ketamine.
yeah, the
too.
ketamine clinics is supposed to be real good. And, because they get people on
My
all these
doctor
fucking
does it.
psychotropic meds, and there's shit like
No,
that.
that's crazy.
And
Whatever works for whatever.
whatever
If you're
works.
Right, no,
fucking,
100%.
if you're-
There's a million ways to skin a
If you
cat.
are like a dope fiend, friggin' crackhead, and you steal from your mom, or you can't help, and there's something that keeps you from doing all that, and you can function.
Well, something to be said for it.
Who cares?
So-
Who cares if someone says you're not so? But you're
No,
still.
I don't
but
believe
you're
that
still
no
able
more.
to
Right.
function every day, and your life is like you say. You live a pro-social life, and everything's cool.
Right.
Yeah. I don't commit
Who
crimes on a
gives a
daily
shit?
That's
basis.
the thing.
Right. If
So-
it doesn't affect your life,
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
As
That
a
is all that
recovery coach
matters.
now, right? So what they tell you is, because I think we're
Yeah,
pure.
it's a
We're purists,
different,
Mike.
It's a different landscape now.
We're purists.
What do they teach you? Because it's
So-
so different now.
We're purists.
than it was,
We want to just be completely sober. But now they say that, when somebody's on MAT, right? It's
Yeah.
from the clinic, like they get
Medicated assisted treatment. People that don't know what
Suboxone.
MAT is.
It's like almost Suboxone. But
Methadone, Suboxone,
right.
whatever.
So the thing is the theory behind it is people aren't on the street looking for drugs. They're living a productive life. They're going to work.
Yeah.
So what? I don't know if I agree with it or disagree
It's
with
a
it. It's just
maintenance.
not.
Plus, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
a
not my
maintenance.
thing. So guys like me and you,
Yeah.
like. We shouldn't be doing any maintenance drugs. We don't need it. We're
Yeah,
good.
we're
We're all
good
set.
right
But
now,
people
yeah.
that do need it, there's a million ways to skin a cat. And however that gets you through the day, maybe through the next step, who knows? But I mean, you see people's in the throes of addiction out there. They're bent over. It's just this deplorable thing to see. And I always say that it could be me sitting there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
whatever you need to do for a day to, get yourself off the street into into a program in a bed.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, all the more power to you.
I always tell the same story. Did you know Matty Andre Bacon?
No,
I'm surprised.
From
But
Lowell?
Yeah. He was
I
in,
know the
Stevie Andre.
Stevie Andre.
Yeah, it was his brother.
Yeah.
So Matty, I used to tell him, get off the Suboxone. You don't need it. You don't need it. And he weaned himself down. He got off them, and like 6 months later, they found him dead in his house of an overdose. And I always think of it where I was like kind of hopping on him a little bit,
Yeah.
right? And ever since then, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna fucking get on my soapbox and preach to
Right.
someone
but
and tell
that'll
them.
it'll keep people alive
Yeah,
because of
Yeah.
the blocker. My
Yeah.
sister got off methadone and died.
yeah,
You know what I mean? If she had stayed on methadone, she'd probably still be alive.
yeah. Probably.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of different sides to the coin.
You're gonna
Yeah.
do a lot to break through it.
Yeah.
and it,
Sure.
Yeah.
it's different.
It takes a lot to overdose if you're on a methadone clinic.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
And-
think it's a blessing.
It's going to be like the old days, a ton of benzos,
Right,
methadone,
right.
and
Yeah.
do the dope. You know what I mean? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's not like now where like any one of us, right, haven't done dope in forever.
yeah.
You go out and you get something. I mean,
That's it.
Forget it now.
Yeah.
I
It's a whole
can't.
different
It's just so
animal.
many people. Like lately, so many people have been friggin' dying. Almost so many people I talk to have been affected recently, and it's like I still have to tiptoe. So many people I talk to because they've just recently been affected by a loss,
Epidemic, man.
yeah, it is
It's real.
and even just health due to health reasons. A friend of mine just passed away due to just health reasons. 59 years old.
Me and Mike talk about it all the time. We say that aging, we don't like it, right? But, we have to come to the realization that a lot of people don't make it this far. If you
No.
make it this far, I mean, beats the
There is
shit out of the
there is
alternative.
something to be said
every day
to
is a win.
survive.
No question.
How old was that guy the other day that passed?
Where?
That guy that I saw that remember.
Oh, geez. He was up there.
Yeah,
He was up there. He was in his 70s.
Was he that old?
Yeah. Yeah, he was an old time. He's almost my mother's age. My father. He grew up with my dad.
Really?
Yeah, he was friends with my dad.
I was wondering. I was like, is this guy like closer to my age? Is he like 60?
No, he was up there.
Really?
He's
Really?
70s, yeah. Close to 70 at least. He showed up. My mother said he showed up at my mother's house after my father died. And she was like, get the fuck out of here.
Really?
What are you doing? If you had something to say it at the friggin' funeral wake. I'm like, what was he doing there? She's like, I don't know. But she's, just thought it was creepy. But people liked him, I guess, when he was sober. But
Yeah.
he just was an alcoholic and a bad alcoholic. And just was obnoxious.
Yeah.
Obnoxious drunk. He got kicked out of 3 places where he lived.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like,
So starting trouble with people. So
yeah,
this was a
everywhere,
problem.
everywhere. Yeah, it's definitely. It wasn't an isolated freaking thing. I'll tell you that. It was just what he did. So
It's good to know. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's why I'm telling you, so you don't feel like, it's
Yeah.
If it wasn't you, it would probably be somebody else.
Yeah. For what? Don't know. There was a little altercation on North End where this guy kind of was all drunk and starting a problem with me, and then he like fell down. He cut his finger open, and I was like filming it. And he come up and tried to whack the phone out of me, and it got blood all over me, and it was a real scene. And then I found out he passed away afterwards.
That's fact, huh? That was verified?
Yeah, he slit his throat. He just committed suicide during Suicide Prevention Month.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Irony.
So when I
The
first
irony of that.
when I first got the word, I'm like, wait a minute. They're like, oh, he bled out. I'm like, wait, what the? You know what I mean? I'm like,
whatever
Jesus.
someone told you, that was crazy.
Yeah,
I was just telling someone that.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking, why would someone say that?
Yeah. Someone else did too.
But they did a wellness check. I guess his sister or something was checking on him because they hadn't heard from him. And they had to get the cops do a wellness check, and they found him.
I found him pretty quick. She must have been seeing him an awful lot because
That's what I
found him the
mean.
next morning, right?
Because I think because of that, she seen him. It went viral, basically.
Yeah, I took that down.
Yeah, right.
It said some guy Beanshooter had a reel about it on Instagram, which is odd to me. I don't know. But
Right.
Yeah.
But checked on him to see, and he wasn't answering, and kept calling, and he wasn't answering. So they did a wellness check and found him dead.
unwell.
You couldn't imagine walking in on that.
Cut his own throat.
Jesus.
That's
a tough way to go.
It is.
I mean, I'm going to do the old garden hose with the exhaust, or,
Like people-
or just
right,
blast
right,
off
right.
with the dope. But
There's people
you hear
that
some
find
people-
ways to go. Like,
Yeah, I'm going to
especially
stand in front of a
people
train.
that
I'm
hang
gonna-
themselves in the
I'm
joint.
never gonna die. I can't
Like
do
Aaron
that.
Hernandez,
I'm
like,
trying for
as
extra
big as
innings
he
over there.
was to hang himself in those cells. You've seen those cells.
My best friend since I was a little kid, we were in the 3rd, 4th grade, and we got a falling out in the end, like most friends do, right? Over some bullshit.
Sucks when that happens.
He hung himself in Walpole
Man.
on Christmas Day. Kevin Boutet, did you know Bootsy?
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah. Then we were
Did
best
he?
friends
I
when we were
really,
little
I
kids.
heard that and didn't know that was true.
Co-defendant,
He was
yeah.
my friend, like really very close friend.
Yeah.
I loved him.
Yeah,
Good
he was
kid.
a funny kid.
Great
man.
kid.
Great kid.
So that really happened.
His
huh?
son calls me up on Christmas Day, like 5 years ago now, 4 years ago now.
I want to tell you a crazy story
And
right after
he
this.
calls me up, the kid, and he goes, my mother just got a call from Walpole. So this is Christmas Day, right? So right then I know.
Christmas
Walpole
Day.
ain't calling.
Walpole ain't calling
your
you for
mother,
nothing.
Right? And I said
Except
no.
the death.
And he said yes. And I said no, Kevin. He said
Unbelievable.
yeah. And
I
was
remember
just
you
like,
telling me that story too.
I immediately assumed that's what it was.
What else
But
could
at
it
that
be?
moment, I didn't know. I said, did he hang it up? And he's like, I don't know yet. But I just kind of knew. And every Christmas, because we were best friends as we were little kids, I think about him and his family thinks about him. And people say, how could he have done it on Christmas? And it's true.
Nobody's ever going to forget him.
When you're in that state of mind, I don't know. I don't know if he thought it out. I don't know if he was just so down in the dumps.
Yeah, maybe it's the most depressing
Do you
thing.
remember
Mike,
the-
how depressed are you in the holidays in prison?
Yeah.
Christmas is a bad day. Do you remember? Was it Leo Savad?
Yeah, of course. Conscious.
So check this out.
Donnie was cellmates with
there.
him when he was.
I was there, right?
Yeah.
And this
Leo was a tough little prick.
this was like crazy how this happened because. So Leo came in. He got a bar fight, right?
Yeah,
Did
hit
that
the
happen
guy,
at a
the guy
bar?
died, yeah.
He hit the guy, right? And so the guy hit his head. He hit his head, and I think he was brain dead. And then so he was on life support for a few days. So they ended up pulling the plug.
Wow.
Now him and his brother are cellmates. So his brother Donnie had just come in. His brother Donnie had just come in and started like hallucinating. He was so dope sick. So they sent him to the infirmary for the night. So because they sent him to the infirmary for the night, Leo was in the cell by himself. And then he went on the phone, got word that they pulled the plug.
Wow.
On his victim in the case.
Really?
And he hung himself. Yeah, he hung himself. And his brother...
It's tough news to get.
Yeah, his brother friggin' had to come back to this. I'm sure they moved him to another cell, but...
Yeah.
I was in the West. That happened in East Up on the high side.
East and West. It's no longer there, right?
Yeah, I guess. The whole building.
Oh, yeah.
They closed the whole prison. But that was... As far as I've been in prison and seen a lot of people hang themselves, but that was one of the craziest ones I seen, because if the brother never left the cell, it probably never would have happened. And you know what? He probably could have got a manslaughter or something.
Right.
It's crazy.
It all looks bad.
If someone had
at the
just
end.
talked to him, you know what I mean, and said, "Listen, you're not going to get him.
Ride this one
The
out."
guy like swung at him first,
Yeah.
pushed him, and he cracked him. And Leo was a short little. Leo had big fucking hands.
He's a tough dude. He's a tough older dude.
Yeah.
Somehow he was convinced he was going to prison for the rest of his life, and he probably wasn't.
Gotta ride it out.
Leo was a good boxer, and when he was younger, a lot of people don't know. I remember he had the fucking thing. He either got in trouble or he got shipped out, and he ended up in Rahway State Prison.
In New Jersey?
In New Jersey,
right?
huh?
That's where they filmed the original Scared Straight.
Yeah.
And they had a boxing team there, and he had a robe. It said Raw, and he won. He won because he was he was a fighter from Lowell, right? And he was a good, and he had heavy hands. He was a small guy. He's a tough guy, and he won there, and he won some fucking some weight class in Rahway Prison.
I think Rahway's only a medium though.
Really?
Trenton's the max. That's where Jeff Hardy is.
Really?
He's still there.
Jeff Hardy.
Shit.
I haven't heard that name forever. Yeah.
Imagine he's still stuck there. But he's on Facebook and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I think he's like real, like just chilling, relaxing.
Doing a natural, right? Like Jerry, right?
Yeah. It's too bad because, it's too bad that kid was a good kid. But
the whole thing was fucking crazy, right?
Yeah.
For what? For nothing.
For nothing.
Dust it out.
They just got whacked out on dust.
Well, that's usually
stupid. Yeah.
That's usually a variable in a lot of crimes.
Yeah,
Mike.
Tommy, what was his name? Tommy?
Tommy Moran.
Tommy Moran.
Yeah.
Do they still have a tournament for Tommy? They used to have
I don't know.
every year?
They did because it's a good family. It comes from.
Oh, yeah.
I know his brothers. They're all good kids.
Fucking
The whole
right.
family, the extended family. He's got cousins. Kevin Quinlan's the cousin. Remember him? He played for UMass when they won the national championship. Great football player.
Yeah.
Great football player.
The thing with that kid was, from what I understand, he would have banged any one of them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
They're not.
He would have fucking
I
wiped
know one
them
thing.
down.
I know. I'll tell you, Jerry's not a fighter.
Yeah. You know?
I've seen, as far as seeing people take shorts, I've never seen anybody take as much shorts in my life as I've seen him take.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan.
Well, I've seen him. I
Not a
stopped
big
talking to
fan
him.
of Jerry
I stopped
Sullivan.
talking to him before I got out. He did something with his son who was a rat. Put him down with us.
And he knew.
Yeah.
And he knew.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And that's why there was a split. We stopped talking to him. Long story short, I wanted nothing to do with that. They had the kid Gary Sparks move on the son, knocked him out, had a seizure. He hit him so hard. I ended up going to DDU right after that, but they kept Jerry in the hole for like a year and just kept him in there until everybody left. So I was gone. Boo Boo wrapped up, who I just talked to today. Shout out to my buddy Boo Boo.
Supposedly doing real good, huh?
In Raybrook, yep. I talked to him today. He called me today. He's doing real good.
He's in Raybrook now?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Anthony Shea lives there too.
Anthony Shea's there?
Yeah.
He's getting out, right?
I guess so, yeah. That's what he did.
That's the word.
He went to court and he got something done. I don't know exactly what, so I don't want to speak exactly on what happened.
But that's the word.
But
maybe he's going to do another 5-10 years.
Something happened.
But there's daylight.
He's got numbers.
Yeah.
He's got daylight. So that's a great thing. Because That'd be cool.
Two
if you
Gun
could-
Tony. Shout out.
Two guns, yeah.
9:30. Got to wrap it up soon. John, you got a podcast
Yeah,
you
tell
just
us about
started?
the
We do.
podcast, John.
Hard Time Real Talk. There was a lot of delays with it.
That intro you got is fire.
It's cool. It's
Did,
cool.
did David help you with that? David Records, my guy, Paddington?
No.
Because he does
It
that
looks
AI
like that,
stuff.
right?
Yeah,
But
he
the shit
sent
is
me
fire.
one.
That
you know.
AI stuff is fire. That's awesome.
My wife did it.
Oh, awesome.
My
really?
wife
Good
did
for
it through
her.
CapCut.
Oh, yeah? Really good.
A lot
really
of I got a lot of gaslighting from people, held it up, which taught me a valuable lesson that I just cannot rely on anybody, and I got to do it all myself. So now I do everything by myself. My wife might help me a little, but I do the editing. I do everything. Everything's me. So
How many episodes you got so far?
4 episodes, but I've banged out the last couple in the last few days. So episode 4 I just put out yesterday. That's with Shannon Lundeen. She's a big as far as in the recovery. Shamrock 515. Give her a follow. If you know about the recovery community in Charlestown or even in the Boston area, Shannon is huge. She does so much for the Charlestown community.
You gotta respect people like that.
Yeah, she got a nonprofit, raises money for all the families. If someone passes away, for funeral costs, or the family doesn't have to worry about
That's fucking awesome.
having to.
Yeah, that's
she did
awesome.
it for me for
Not for you, John.
for my
Don't put yourself. Don't fucking
my
put
family,
yourself there, man.
my family, for my sister and my niece, which we don't have to worry about
Those funeral costs.
costs like that. It's so much, and you know what? I'll tell you, like that the guy in Charlestown is he's the only game in town, and he takes full advantage of that.
Huh.
He does.
I didn't know what was coming. I thought you were gonna say, "Oh, he
I
helps
thought he
us
takes
out,
care
he
of
helps
people, right?
out."
Yeah.
No, he takes full advantage of that.
Yeah.
So funeral costs are high, and that's
Johnny, you thinking what I'm thinking?
Huh.
You shoot a funeral home.
Nice. I
Bunker
like
Hill
it.
Ave.
But that's it was a great episode, great interview. She gave so much information, and episode 3 was a good. They've all been good episodes. It's a learning curve for
Yeah,
me.
you get better and better.
Me having to edit and do all that stuff. So the first
Yeah, I don't
couple
know how to say
episodes,
that shit.
but I'm learning. Each one is getting a little better. But I got great guests coming. The podcast is gonna, I feel, just get bigger and bigger.
Good for
There you
you.
go.
You know?
Johnny, what do you got over there?
I got 2 tickets to a boxing match, but you have
Paradise.
them. But there's no way we should advertise these tickets, Mike, because this episode is not tomorrow. This episode is next Friday.
All right.
So by the time we advertise, if you want to do a story, we can do a story with
Yeah.
them.
Well, you can.
Yeah.
You know? I got to do my own fucking story. I got to sell your tickets.
All right.
Yeah, sell
Listen,
my own.
I
I ain't fucking doing your work. You want me to dig the hole? I'm fucking.
be the first hole you ever dug.
Beanshooter, like a jet, let's go. Beanshooter, it's not a line he doesn't toe. In a world full of dogs, you're gonna need a dog catcher. If you're wearing a mask out there, the fresh air's gonna get you. He always shoots from the hip for ice cold